We need to talk, like really talk, because something is going seriously wrong with Rhea Ripley. Mommy, she's been a force of nature, a dominant champion, a true icon, but lately, something's off, and we're not the only ones noticing it. Today, we're going to be breaking down the baffling decisions, missed opportunities, and the downright frustrating booking that WWE must stop doing with Rhea Ripley before it's too late. With that, let's dive in. At the Raw on Netflix premiere in January, Rhea Ripley defeated Liv Morgan to win the Women's World title back and marking a second time as champion, despite interference from Dominic Mysterio and Raquel Rodriguez. It ended a nearly year-long feud, an epic feud. Absolutely loved it. At Saturday night's main event on January 25th, Rhea Ripley went over Nia Jax to retain the title. Then it was all hands on deck because it looked like we were going to get Rhea Ripley defending the women's title against Elimination Chamber winner Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 41, a match that we've only seen a handful of times singles wise and not often on the main roster. A true dream match for many, considering these two are in their prime. It's also a match in which both have publicly called for, and we were ready, game, set, and match, ready to go. March 3rd happened. Remember that episode of Monday Night Raw when Rhea Ripley lost the championship to Io Sky after being distracted by Bianca Belair, but ended her second reign at 500, or excuse me, 56 days, not 500. That'd be crazy. Now, the Women's World Championship match on Monday Night Raw this week, well, it ended in controversy, leaving Rhea Ripley frustrated. Since losing her title to Io Sky, Rhea had been demanding a rematch. Finally, Adam Pearce, Raw GM, gave in and made it. And keep in mind that there was a twist because, of course, they had to add in Bianca Belair and they had to book her as a special guest referee. You knew things were going to go off the rails. However, tensions between the three women quickly turned the match into a big, chaotic deal. Just as Rhea Ripley appeared to have the victory inside, a series of miscommunications involving Bianca Belair led to a disputed double DQ. An upset Rhea attacked Bianca, but Io quickly got in there and mixed things up. In the end, it was Rhea Ripley who stood tall, holding the championship. Later, she addressed the situation in an interview, clarifying that she wasn't finished with Belair or Io. Keep in mind that this is a situation that has continuously gone on. So, as we've seen in time over the last several weeks, so Rhea feels like she got screwed out of the title. Probably so. We've seen her mix it up with Io. We've seen her mix it up with Bianca. And all along, we know that we're building up to a triple threat match at WrestleMania. We know that Io Sky will be defending the championship against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. We know that that is the direction. I'm okay with that. I would have rather had Rhea versus Bianca. We're not getting that. Io Sky is over with the audience, and they felt like she needed to be on this card. I wouldn't disagree. I mean, heck, she defended the title last year at WrestleMania against Bayley and lost the women's title to Bayley. Here's what I don't like. I don't like the fact that literally a month ago, Rhea Ripley was this big, dominant, confident champion who now is a whining, unconfident superstar. Everything that makes Rhea Ripley special, you have literally stripped away. And I don't know if we're necessarily leading into a heel turn. And if we are, I think that's a mistake because you have to keep in mind that Rhea Ripley is one of the most over talents, not only in the women's division, but in the entire company right now. She's been one of the most over stars for the last year. And just because you, Triple H, want to make a triple threat match at WrestleMania does not mean that you should strip away everything that makes Rhea Ripley special, stand out, and more importantly, has a strong connection with the fan base. If you want Bianca Belair to win the title at WrestleMania, fine. If you want Io Sky to walk out of WrestleMania, fine. But you going in there and likely going to pin Rhea Ripley after booking her the way that you have is a major mistake. And you gotta stop doing that. Once, and I assume it'll be next week, considering that the weeks are counting down on Mania, right? We're 3 weeks out. Or yeah, 3 weeks out. If you're going to book Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky versus Bianca Belair in a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship, which, well, all accounts you are, which is fine. I actually like it. You gotta at least get Rhea her balls back, right? Like, give her some confidence. Go out there. I want her to, and they did this towards the end, but then they went back, right? You've heard this saying of like 2 steps or 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So they have her lay out Io and Bianca at the end of Raw. Great. Great. Okay, finally. It's like, okay, she got screwed out of it, or she feels like she got screwed out of the title for a second time. Enough is enough. She's handled it. And then you have her go on a Raw exclusive, which is an interview segment for social media and YouTube, and you have her go out there and whine about Bianca. Wah, 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 wah. No, no, that's not what the fans want. That's not what they are drawn to her, right? Whether she's a heel or a baby face, it is she's a strong, dominant, confident woman who believes in her abilities. She may not come out on top every time. She may not get her hand raised every time, but that's the ability of, all right, you got me here, but I'm going to come back better than ever next time. Instead, we're going to go to like a whining, almost healed Rhea Ripley. Like, why? Why would we do that? Why would Rhea Ripley, the character, do that? I just wonder, like, is anyone sitting in these meetings and Rhea, like, is she not speaking up? Is her voice not being heard? Like, what are we doing here in terms of when you were given that material, when you were given that direction? You know she has to go, guys, this doesn't make sense for my character. Like, this has not been my character literally her entire tenure in WWE. So if it's not her character and what her character wouldn't do for literally her entire career, right? Several years at this point, from NXT UK to NXT to the main roster. Why would she all of a sudden do it now? And why would she do it when she's literally at probably the height of her popularity? Like, doesn't make a lot of sense, right? You have to read the room, and I think WWE is missing the mark here, and I think they're going against Rhea's strengths instead of going with her strengths, right? They're going against the grain instead of going with what brought her to the dance, what got her over in the first place, right? In addition to her hard work and commitment and everything like that. At the end of the day, though, WWE, they still have time to turn this around. I do not expect Rhea to win the title at Mania. I expect Bianca to win it, although I would not be surprised if Io Sky retains the title. Just saying, keep keep going back to what works, what brought you to the dance.